life, love, relationships.
Wait, we're gonna give away all our secrets?
Welcome to the Man Perspective
With Kane Man.
and the Dawn.
Welcome to the Man Perspective. Today's topic, we're talking about if you could go back to any of your exes and ask them a question about your relationships with them, what would that question be?
Wow.
It's deep.
Wow.
It's deep.
Wow. Asked them what I could have done more.
That's a good one.
What I could have done more. Like, what didn't I do, but I could have done more of? And we do get it sometimes, but then we don't get it.
Yeah.
So the question really is, what could I have done more? The relationship ended. Obviously, something I didn't do, because it's always the guy's fault, right? Women always blame the guy. But it's both ways. It's both guy and women. So you got to understand that as well. And I'm going to ask her, what did you do wrong? Or what you could have done to, keep it going? What didn't you do? But from a guy's point of view, if I had to ask that question, like, what didn't I do right? Like, what didn't I do, what could I have done more of? A lot of times women, you could have spent more time, you could have did this, I could have done all of those things. But if that was what you really wanted, then you know what? I wouldn't have been working.
Yeah.
I wouldn't been paying the bills.
Yeah.
Wouldn't been, getting your hair done, paying for that, right? Getting your nails done and paying for that. We wouldn't have the house, you know what I mean? We wouldn't have the car payments and the house payments. And I just wouldn't be doing anything if I could have done more outside of what the necessities of, survival in life takes of you. But I don't know. Could I have been more loving? Could I have been more giving? Could I have been more understanding? Could I have cuddled more? Could I have hugged more, kissed more, made love to you more? Could have done more of course, I love to do that. Make love to you more. That's great. I'm all for that. But what could I have done more of in the relationship that could have maybe salvaged the relationship? I think that would be my answer. What could I have done more? What about you there? Ladies, do you want to improve your relationship with your man?
Fellas, do you want to improve the relationship with your lady?
Then tune in to The Man Perspective
With K-Man
and the Dog.
Well, it's actually interesting that you mentioned that, because my question would be fairly similar. It would be along the lines of what went wrong. And it's kind of an open-ended question, but it's similar to yours because it hits that category of, what didn't I do that I could have done more of? Or how about you? What did you do or not do and could have done more of? Or where did it all go wrong? What was the thing that either you did or I did that caused that downward spiral?
Well, the way I look at it sometimes is, at least from a guy's point of view, there's always a communication block, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where it lies, is that communication block. Because, a lot of women say, you were seeing somebody else, or why do you have a mistress, or why are you talking to this one, why are you talking to that one? Because I'm able to talk to that person that I can't talk to you about.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Because if I have to go outside of talking with you to talk to somebody else, then you're not getting it.
Yeah.
And when I try to get you to get it, you can't get it. And that's why I say sometimes, that outside second opinion, that friend zone person is somebody who, you can go to because, that's your second opinion. I try to go to the first opinion, but you're not having it. So let me get a second opinion and see, what they say.
Makes sense.
And you try to kind of live on that, like, what did I do wrong? But you need that second opinion. And I think sometimes those are the most healthiest relationships.
Yeah.
It's sad. I know women going to beat me up for it. But you know what? Sometimes guys having mistress could save your relationship. Now, I know you don't like it. I know women, why you got to be with him? I can't, you got to be with her, forget that girl. No, you got to understand. It's like therapy. If a guy goes to therapy and the therapist happens to be a woman, are you going to be upset? No. Why? Because she's a professional. Well, so is that second person. That's a professional to me. They know something that maybe I'm looking differently at. I need that second opinion. I need that second viewpoint. You feel what I'm saying?
Flow of
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah. And a lot of women don't get that. Now, I'm not condoning or saying that, every guy should get himself a second side piece or,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not encouraging that. I don't want you to get a second side piece, but it's good to have more than one, viewpoint. And you have to have a good conversation. I mean, a comfortable conversation with your woman to let her know that, listen, sometimes you don't have all the answers. Sometimes, even though you may be close, that could be the problem. You're too close.
Yeah.
So now you need somebody else to kind of break the monotony up and say, hey, you know what? This person can give me a different viewpoint on what's going on.
The unbiased party.
It's a brand new year. Well, we got a brand new president. I know you didn't vote for them, but hey, we got a new president. And he got a lot of work to do. But while he's doing that, make sure you tune in to The Man Perspective.
If you didn't know, we're still in the middle of one of those, pandemic, epidemic things. But that's okay. Stay inside, get cozy, tune in to The Man Perspective.
With K-Man and the Don. I'm not saying you need to go out and do that, but sometimes you may need that because I think that's the therapeutic part of it. That's the therapy. That second person. You need that therapy. The only way you're going to get that is get it on the second opinion. Think of it like this, ladies. If you broke your leg, right, and you go to the doctor, and one doctor says, hey, cut it off, are you going to go get a second opinion?
Absolutely.
There you go. And then you go to that doctor, and that doctor says, you know what, I'll break it and reset it. And then you say, you know what, let me go to the third doctor. And you go to the third doctor, and that third doctor might say, you know what, it's not as bad as it looks. Looking at the x-ray, you know what, if we wrap it up nice, give you some ointment, couple of pills, give it about a couple weeks, you know what, it's going to heal, and you'll be fine. And that happens. And you didn't have 3 opinions, but what if you'd have went with the first opinion, which could have been you? Oh, just cut it off. Oh, okay. Next thing you know, they sawed your leg off. Now
That's right.
you put yourself in that situation.
Now
So that's
wearing a pair of heels.
exactly
That's really funny.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, even though that's you're both together and you're really friend and you're tight, sometimes you need that second opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. So ladies, don't get upset because your guy is seeing another woman who happens to be a woman because they relate to more of a woman than a man and understand that aspect of it too. And I think that's the part where women don't understand that. Well, why has there be a woman? Because we as guys can't talk to a guy. That's why. We can't talk. You know what I mean? You got issues, you ain't gonna talk to another guy. You're gonna talk to a woman.
Keep your winters warm with The Man Perspective
With K-Man
and the Dom.
Now, where the gray line gets drawn is because that second person isn't in the friend zone.
Yeah.
See, he's banged her before. That's the problem. He's been with her before, and that's where that problem of, okay, yeah, she's not really in the friend zone. That's a second person that he's going to more so than you. Yeah, then I understand there's a reason for concern. I don't blame you. There is a concern for that. But if he going to that person who's in that friend zone, then hey, he hasn't banged her. He doesn't look at her like that. And some guys will tell you that. Listen, I don't look at her like that. We never bang. We never this and that. Okay, cool. That's just your therapist, basically. And look at it like that. That's your therapist. But if you know for a fact that they used to date, yeah, then you should have concern.
That's a problem.
Right. Then you could get upset and throw dishes at him and break glasses, do all kinds of stuff. Because, yeah, he's dated that person. But if he's never dated that person, and then he's talking about, that's a friend, but we've never dated, we never bang, hey, he's in the friend zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in the friend zone. And 9 out of 10, that chick is probably not going to let him get close to because he's in the friend zone. Too many years of friendship.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, and there's none. I get that. And then there's no real concern from you. But if he ever tells you, oh, yeah, I did date her once, but I'm not seeing her anymore, and I don't look at her like that, and she's a friend, I'd be concerned because you banged her. Come on. Once you bang her, that's it.
That line's already
She was
been
bangable.
crossed.
You banged her. That's it. Well, everything's off the table.
The line's already been crossed.
Yeah, all cards off the table, man. You already banged it. That's why I said when you get that friend or to put that person in that friend zone, that woman, you cannot bang her. That's the rule. You cannot bang her. If you banged her, nah. No woman's going to believe you, guy. Good luck with that.
A friend is a friend, not a hump buddy.
There you go. And guys can have a friend. You know, getting back to that question, can men and women be friends? Yeah, if you didn't bang her. That's
Yeah,
the answer. Yeah,
absolutely.
they could be friends if you did not bang her. And I'm talking about years. You went out, you hung out, you partied, you had a good time, but guess what? You did not bang her. And if you
Absolutely.
didn't bang her, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. Then you're in that friend zone. But if you banged her, nah. All tables, all cards, pal. Nothing you can do with that. So let us know. Hit us up, themanperspective@gmail.com.
Or use the hashtag #TheManPerspective.
Now you heard our perspective. It's time to hear yours. Get at us at themanperspective@gmail.com.
Or use the hashtag #TheManPerspective.